Hey guys, welcome back to Busy Boys Uncensored. This is episode 7. I'm DeMonte.
I'm Ja.
I'm Sakani.
Y'all know I'm Macy.
And let's get right into it. So, what y'all listening to this week? How y'all feel?
I'm
Let's go first.
how I feel.
Yeah, you start. How you
Okay.
feeling?
I've been feeling Trans by Travis Scott, Metro Boomin.
Ooh.
I like that song.
What is it
Okay.
called?
Trans?
Girl, I'm thinking you about to.
No, literally, I said, oh.
I'm like,
I got so confused.
I was like,
because when
Oh,
I thought you were
okay.
answering how you feeling.
it kind of tied, it tied into both. It tied into both, I
I'm like,
guess.
yeah. That's
And then you
right.
said Travis Scott, and I was so unaware of this
I'm
song.
trying to connect the dots.
Okay,
So
No.
much was
so
confusing.
are we saying how we're feeling?
No.
It was a double
Yeah,
question.
it was a
but
double question.
You good?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
fine.
I'm
It's
fine.
Everything's
I'm
fine.
alive. I'm here.
I haven't heard that song, but I'll
Me
check it
neither.
out.
It's good.
I haven't
love it.
either. I haven't heard any new Travis Scott music, honestly.
I
That
don't
part.
think it's new.
Oh, shit.
But I don't know when it came out, actually.
Who's next?
I'm listening to If You a Fly Girl,
Get your nails done, get a pedicure, get your hair did.
See, you're telling me I'm pretty, but it's
obvious. I don't need no one to tell me where the party is.
Yeah. So me and Tay are seeing them April 19th in 2 weeks.
I can't wait.
Fly Girl by Flo, stream it. We taking them to number 1.
Absolutely.
They
They're already at number
bought their
1.
tickets
They
Oh,
didn't even
and
tell
didn't say
us
anything.
they were getting
actually,
tickets.
Macy did that. I was on a train.
This is when things were confusing because I wasn't
Mhm.
sure if y'all were fans, and
I don't really know how it was confusing because
It was all being discussed in the group chat.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it was kind of on me to get the tickets
At one point, it was, yes.
in the beginning.
oh yeah,
So
it
it was
was.
confusing when y'all got y'all tickets and didn't get
I was on a
mine.
train, and then I was like, y'all have to watch because it just
I
happened
know
so
it was
fast.
confusing for me, though. I wasn't being very vocal that I wanted to go, but I did.
Mm.
Anyway,
Well, what you been listening to?
Well, I've been listening to Enough Crying by Mary J. Blige. That's going to be my
Ooh.
song this week.
Okay.
Such an incredible beat, such an incredible song, very iconic.
Mm.
Honestly, the older I get, I feel like the more I love Mary J. Blige.
Powerful. So I've been listening. I have 2 this week. So I've been listening to John Ritcorn by Sir and Find Your Way
love
Back
Sir.
by Beyonce. We actually,
Yes.
Sakani and I watched the visual again, and this was like our first time watching it together. So it's just nice when you know someone that knows literally all of the lyrics just as much as you.
Mhm.
And yeah,
and appreciate the art. 'cause
absolutely.
Find Your Way Back is my favorite song on that album.
It's so good. And
That's
the
one of my
visual is
favorites.
amazing.
Yes,
It's so
the
good. She
visual.
fucking ate.
All of them.
That song
were.
just it gets me emotional, but
Mhm.
very good.
It's very like uplifting.
Yes.
And healing at the same time. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I love
Yeah, it
it.
just keeps me
Queen.
connected to my roots.
Mother.
Yes.
Queen of-
So, in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about mental health, all things mental health, good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, everything. But I do want to give a trigger warning in the beginning, just so you know, things could probably go really high and really low. So just take note with what you can and do what you can with that information. The first question I do want to ask is, how do you guys prioritize your mental health?
Well, I'll start. For me, I prioritize my mental health by putting myself first. Just when I know, like, I'm very busy, like, with work, with music, and with the podcast now. So, like, I'm drained a lot of the time. So I spend a lot of time at home. But it is, like, it's just for me to, like, recollect and, like, just get into a space where I can be social and be able to go out and, like, give my best self to other people. So I just try to like prioritize myself and like prioritize like the things myself and my space, like, because it's really hard to bounce from doing like 3 things full time and then jumping right into trying to have a social life or like
Yeah.
trying to go out and things like that. So that's one of the main things that I try to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go.
Me first.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like how I prioritize my mental health is a lot of it is like saying no, because I used to be like a really, really big people pleaser
Mhm.
Yeah.
earlier in my life, and then later in my life, I was like, this shit has to stop. And so I kind of took it to this extreme of like, kind of what you guys see today, where I'm like real, like this, no.
Yeah.
Because like,
I'm not
I
doing that.
can't do this today. I can't help you
Yeah.
out with that. But then another part of how I prioritize my mental health is investing in like therapy, because
Mhm.
you learn a lot of good things from therapy. Like I learned that I need to keep a journal, a diary,
Mhm.
and I always just think that that's so corny. Like I'm not keeping no diary, but now it really helps me regulate my emotions. And you
Mhm.
read back at your previous entries, and you're like, damn, that shit was not that serious. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's how I.
Okay.
You seem a little
Okay.
stuck.
I feel like for me, I prioritize my mental health honestly by kind of being to myself in some situations, but I also enjoy, like, I enjoy laughing. Like, that's one thing that I really feel like it makes everything better for me.
Yes.
And I prioritize it, yeah, just by like saying to myself. And I feel like sometimes that's like the best thing I can do, because I do feel like sometimes my energy can be so big, and like when I'm not feeling something, I'm really not feeling it. And I feel like that comes off like so strong to people sometimes. And sometimes I feel like it's just best for me to sit in that for myself before I like actually put it out when I don't even know exactly what I'm feeling sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
feel you.
real.
I
Yeah.
feel you on that, because so many times we have people who be like, you should say something then and there if you feel some type of way. No, like I need to like
Yeah.
Sit on
process
it.
Right.
so I can really dig into your ass.
Yeah. It's like,
But tell you
damn.
how what I would really want to say and not in the heat of the moment.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, damn, I still kind of do want to leave, but let me wait for a second before I
Yeah.
actually make the decision
Right.
that's already been made.
Yeah. I'm going last just because I feel like I don't have it all figured out as far
Mhm.
as like taking care of my mental. Obviously I know I need therapy, but like
Yeah.
that costs money, and it's just like on top of like everything else is like another bill. So it's
Mhm.
just like some things can hold off because I'm not like going crazy.
Mhm.
And I just feel like sometimes, like you were saying, I just take time alone. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Just have alone time to myself.
Yeah. And some people like are better with that too. Like, and others thrive being around a community of people when they're
Right.
going through situations. So I think it's different for everyone. Like, no one's answer will ever be wrong.
Yeah. We definitely need to start therapy soon. But I think knowing
Yeah.
that
Therapy is
like,
just
We will
it's
get
mad
to that.
expensive. That's
it
why I had to
Yeah.
is.
stop.
It's pricey.
Yeah. And it's like, even I've been looking for a therapist this week actually, and just the fucking process of trying to find, like, literally making sure it marks off like every box
Because
is so difficult.
I want a gay black male therapist. So it's
Yeah.
like I feel like even with that, once I do start looking for therapy, like it's gonna be harder finding specifically
Right.
that, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like,
If you guys know any black gay male therapists,
Right.
send them
that want to
our
give
way.
the busy boys
A
free
discount
therapy.
code.
Yeah.
Give us a discount code, please.
No, I definitely feel you on that, because there's just some things I don't want to have to explain to
Right.
you.
Exactly. You know,
Exactly.
like they're gonna
Mhm.
understand our experiences better than like a lot of
Yes.
people.
Yes.
One being black and being gay. So it's
Mhm.
just that I would if I couldn't, like, and I just was at a point where I was like, I really feel like I need therapy and I can't
Mm.
find them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
but you know what? There is like a double-edged sword to that, because if you have someone who's just like you, you need sometimes you need like a objective kind of point of view
Yeah.
who can be like, actually that's not normal.
Right.
I don't know who told you that was normal.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
But not in like
but
a
as a
condescending
therapist,
way.
you should still know that. You
Right.
know, like
Right.
I'm not talking to you as my homegirl.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
It just can't be condescending too. Like, and that's sometimes where it can be like judge. You don't want to feel like you're being judged for like your
Exactly.
actions, and that's also
Yeah.
important because you can feel that shit, or you could just be projecting. So
Mhm.
it's about breaking that boundary. So the next question would be: in what ways do we practice self care, and what does that look like for us?
The way I practice self-care is just taking time to myself. I do
Mhm.
yoga, I meditate. I sometimes journal, but it doesn't always like happen consistently. So once I'm off, like let's just say 2 or 3 days,
Mhm.
I'm off it for like
Mhm.
another 3 weeks. And that's where like I need to get more consistent in a sense, just consistency overall. Cause I'd be like, I'm the same way when it comes to working out. Like I miss 3 days and it's
Both
like,
of
all
us,
right,
bitch.
bitch, I'm not working out for 3 weeks now.
They've been the only two consistent so far.
Right.
You just gotta want it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen though. I feel like
I'm gonna
just get back
there.
into it and then
Yeah.
boom. I mean, and then you did mention that you were gonna like do stuff to do at home, and we did yoga Saturday, so that's already something too.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, let's go get
Exactly.
some shit off Amazon. Start working out
Right.
at home.
I
a
cannot
little
work out at
something.
home.
Start doing them push-ups.
Yeah, I didn't like it
bitch.
when we were in quarantine. I did not enjoy working out at home at all. Like I
I
need
was
to be
not
in that
working out.
space.
I was
I was
smoking and
working out at
eating
home.
and
Mm.
stressed and scared that I wasn't about to get unemployment. I didn't know what was going on.
That's real.
Yeah.
But
So you want to
you
answer?
want to go?
No, you can.
Okay, so it's how do I practice it, right?
Mhm.
So, like spending time with my friends, like that always makes me feel good because I always just have such a good time with you guys. I always tell people like when they bring up the podcast and I'm like ask me about it, I'm like it's a lot and it's very time consuming, but like I'm doing it with 3 of my best friends, so it's something that I'm not mad that it takes up a lot of my time and things like that.
Right.
Like I
Agreed.
actually enjoy doing it.
Yes.
So spending time with you guys definitely helps. And just doing things that I like. Like, y'all know I love The Sims. So like playing my game, just being in the house, watching crazy videos. Like I was sitting y'all the
Baddies.
other day, watching baddies.
Watching
like,
Pussycat Dolls. Where are they now?
like
videos?
it's for real. I love stuff like that. So just like, and the thing is, I know everyone doesn't want to watch stuff like that. So I enjoy watching things like that by myself because it's what I
Mhm.
like. So just like doing things that I genuinely enjoy, like talking to my friends, spending time with my friends, going to see my family. And yeah, I would say
Cool.
those are a few of mine.
Got you. So I'm gonna
Alright.
go, and I think for me, I love being like physically active, and that's one way that I feel like I really thrive in like spaces to like keep it going and keep up with myself as far as like energy and also just like mental health wise. And I like hiking, and I also love doing like spiritual work too, like just meditating. I'm actually due for like a Reiki session soon, so
I've never done
we
that.
should. It's
Let's
amazing.
go.
It's that feeling when you do
You
Reiki
ready.
is like, it's like the energy is like locked in certain places, and you can literally feel that shit like wanting to come out. It's like
Oh, I need
pulsating
it.
in your body.
I need it.
And just like I used to journal a lot actually. That's something I kind of stepped away from. I used to
Me
journal.
too. I need to get back into it.
Yeah, like I used to journal literally every day about my life, like every day what happened, like very detailed. But I don't know, some things you just kind of like stem away from. I don't know what happened or like why it happened, but yeah,
Me personally, I be making excuses because I sit at
that's
my
also
desk
true.
all day at work and like there's just certain things I can do. Like something
Yeah.
like journaling, there's no reason I can't do it.
Exactly.
Like so it's like I don't know why. And sometimes like I just overthink. Like what
Yeah.
am I even about to write about? I have so much I
Yeah,
need to do right now. Like, oh
that's
my
so
God.
real.
Like then I start thinking about the things I need to write down. Then I'm like,
Mhm.
I have so much I need to do right now. I need to
Right.
make this appointment. I need to call this person. And it's like
Mhm.
then my mind is filled with a bunch of other things and I just don't do it. But
Yeah. And
I
then
need
I
to
feel like
start.
it feels for me sometimes I feel like damn, am I even writing this for myself or am I writing it for someone else? Like, and that is kind of like a battle sometimes too. But also love hot yoga and affirmations. I do those like every night and day, like even
Period.
throughout the day. I just got this book called Song of Solomon, and he has like everyday prayers and stuff too. So I'm really excited to get into that. But
Yeah, let me know how it is.
thank you.
One thing I
Alright.
want to add is that I also like today. I made sure I got my nails done and got a haircut. Like I try to just
Mm.
make myself feel good. Like
Yeah.
that's another thing I try to practice just to
sure.
like. That's gonna put me in a better headspace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
When you
No,
look
for
and
real.
hit, you be like, oh
Oh,
my
bitch,
God.
I look hit, I feel hit.
Literally.
Literally.
Like this is
No,
not good.
seriously.
Yeah, so doing that made me feel a lot better because I was like had a few days I was feeling depressed this week, so like that made me feel a lot better today.
Yeah.
Okay, so besides like journaling, I do affirmations,
Hmm.
but I really like, you guys know I do like all different types of fasts and like just disciplines
Yeah.
for myself, and that's a part of my self care because it just teaches me like to like moderate and like not overindulge, like alcohol fast, no fried food, and stuff like that. So I do a lot of that kind of stuff, like little challenges for myself, just to keep getting better and being better. But besides that, growing up, I feel like I grew up really, really rough, like really poor. So I never like deny myself things.
Mhm.
Like if I want something, I'm going to have it,
Me.
and I'll deal with the consequences later.
Yeah.
That's
Like
me
if I want
too.
a pair of shoes, I'm
I'm
getting
getting
a pair of
them.
shoes, and I'll deal with whatever. So I don't know if that's self care, but I think just
It is.
rewarding myself.
It is. It is.
Yeah, and I feel like I do the same thing because of that too. I couldn't get everything
Same.
I wanted as a kid, so it's like I work. I'm gonna get a check in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, let me just buy it. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's me down.
Yeah. So the next question will be, have you ever been in a dark place and pulled yourself out? And how did you do it? This question is really heavy right now for me. I'm gonna start just so we can get it over with. So this week was extremely hard for me personally, specifically on Wednesday. Like I've never been in a position, like I've never been in that much of a dark space before, to the point where I'm gonna be honest, y'all, like I had to like literally talk to a suicide hotline. And it was like I just didn't know how to process what I was feeling. And it was like an overload of emotions and how to, like, I'm not sure how to navigate what I'm feeling and I don't even know what the fuck I'm feeling. And it was a lot of negativity, but it was scary because I've never been in that place. Like I've had the thoughts before, I'm gonna be honest, but to like actually be in a position where it's like, damn, if I feel like I literally felt like if I left the house, I don't know what I was gonna do with myself. And that was like a scary place for me to be in. So I like called my mom and she like calmed me down. She was like, I can come down from Baltimore to see you. And I was like, no, it's fine. But yeah. So I guess for me, I would say I recommend anyone that needs to like talk to a suicide hotline to do it. And they answer like really fast. And yeah.
Why didn't you call one of us? We could have came over or something.
And that's one thing I also need to work on because sometimes I feel like a lot of the battles I go through, like I have to experience myself because I don't want to like put my shit on anyone else. And that's something I do need to work on that because I know I have people in my corner. Oh, fuck.
oh, sis, you do though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair, but like, girl, that's some real deep shit. And you know, God forbid anything would have happened, but yeah, just
Yeah.
we're here. This is the reason that we're friends,
Yeah.
to help us through these dark places and have these conversations. So like, please, next time, please give me a call.
Yeah. It's just life is so precious. And then for me, I was just thinking like, damn, like I'm not done. Like I'm not done with what I have to do.
Right.
And that was scary because if something would have happened, it all would have been finished. So, yeah. But yeah, that's that.
We're glad that you chose the right way to handle it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we're so glad that you're here. And
Thank
we love
you.
you so much.
Love y'all.
I try to
more.
find the balance between being aggressive and being sensitive, but I'm not playing.
Okay.
Call me.
Okay. Noted.
Okay.
Period.
Who wants to go next?
I need a second. One of y'all.
Cut.
Cut the cameras.
I'm trying to think of which I've been in many a dark place.
I've been in many a dark places. honey.
No, for real.
I guess I can go next. A really dark place I was in was when I experienced like true heartbreak for the first time. So I would say I went through heartbreak twice in my life, and the first one I thought it was heartbreak, but until I experienced heartbreak the second time, it was like that wasn't heartbreak. And so I could still remember like how I felt during that time. It was during quarantine and I was in my mom's house. My mom was in DR, my sister was living in her house, and I was just like alone. And I didn't leave my room for like a whole month. And it was so difficult for me to be in that space because like y'all know how I am. Like I'm just like happy all the time and just, you know, wanting to make everybody else happy. So like not having that light, I guess, kind of like it made me feel like worthless in a sense.
Mhm.
Because not having that person like around me, I guess it goes to self-love because it's like I kind of let that person define who I was as a person, and if I didn't have their love, like I wasn't pretty much worth anything.
Mhm.
So how I pulled myself out was like I started working out again, doing yoga. Um, my sisters were there for me. And oh my God.
No, I'm about to cry too, girl.
No.
This is too much.
No, this episode will be a lot, y'all. We just want to let y'all
Okay.
know, like, this is real shit. This is like uncensored, literally.
Okay.
You got it.
So my sisters were there for me, and then we started like an accountabilities partner like group, which is me, my two sisters, and our two friends. And just holding each other accountable on like goals that we set for ourselves. And that really helped me get out of the like dark hole that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
So using people around me to like get me out of that really helped. And just being surrounded by love and realizing that I am worth love, worth living and just like experiencing life. And I don't regret the love that I have for that person, because I'm lucky enough to experience that type of love for somebody, because not everybody gets that, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
You wanna
no.
go?
I gotta go last. I
Okay.
need a napkin or a tissue, though.
Oh,
Thank you.
when we pass it. It's our manager.
Shout out to
So I'll go.
Josh.
All right. So I guess my first dark place that I ever experienced was in high school. So like this is around the time, coming out the closet, dealing with all of that, and also like dealing with because I was raised super, super Christian.
Mhm.
Like when I came out to my mom, she told me that I'm going to hell. Right.
Yikes.
So this is high school. Okay. So the way that I came out I didn't get to decide how I came out. I was dating someone and we had told like one trusted friend who was gay. And then the trusted friend told a friend group and then it got out to the entire school. So basically like this was the time where like it was just all just messy drama. High school, like I swear to God, my high school experience should be a movie. Cause like I was dating a guy in 9th grade and he was dating my ex-girlfriend. And so like
Girl,
it was
wasn't it Euphoria?
Right.
No, literally.
it was a
Gossip
weird,
Girl.
it was a weird little love triangle.
Mm-hmm.
And then the girl's best friend is who we told that we were dating. So boom. And then once everything kind of got out, it turned like really, really dark. Like people started self-harming. People started transferring schools. There was like suicide attempts and things like that. So I kept internalizing a lot of it and blaming myself. And I just started like going down this dark path of just like, I wish I could be different, wish I wasn't this way. And, yeah, it was just a really, really scary experience. And I didn't really have anyone to speak to talk to because nobody really understood. So, yeah, so how I pulled myself out of it, I just always knew that I had big dreams and I knew that I was meant for a lot more than my surroundings. So that just that hope kind of kept me going.
Yeah,
And
that
so-
always keeps me going too.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. It's really important too. So
Oh, okay, I'm ready, y'all. All right, so I would say like December of 2019 was when I first moved back to New York. And it was a rough time just because so the whole year of 2019, I lived in New York for a few years prior, but I was living with my family the whole time. And then I had just like learned more about myself, my mental health, and I was just going through and I just also wasn't capable of like living on my own in New York at the time. So like I moved back home, and my whole thing with moving back home, I'm like, I'm going back home for like 2-3 months. I'm about to work, save my money, and go back to the city. So that 2-3 months turned into like 2-3 years. So
Yeah.
that like over that time, I ended up moving in with Mia. Like we had our house together, and we had a house together for like 2 years. So like, the good thing was I was able to like get the knowledge of like what it's like to be an adult and be on my own. So it prepared me to come back. But like I was just determined to come back no matter what happened at the end of 2019. Like I didn't care if the world flipped over. Like I was moving to New York City. So I had started seeing someone in February. And like as the time went on, I was telling them like I'm moving to New York at the end of the year. And like I didn't know if this was just gonna be like a hookup situation. We were gonna start talking, but we did start seeing each other. And like we had a very rocky year that year, but by the time I moved, like we weren't really on good terms. I ended up just moving. Like I didn't even tell him I was moving, like exactly when I was moving. But by the time I got here, like I got fired from my job a month before. Like when I told them I was moving to New York, they fired me the next day because I asked them if they could transfer me.
What the
And I
hell?
did have terrible attendance. Like not terrible, I was just late. So it's not like I didn't come. I would be like 5-10 minutes late every day, and they were really strict about that. But I was in a call center of like 200 people, and I was like top 10. Like, so they didn't want to fire me because I was an asset. But once they weren't going to have me as an asset anymore, they're like, nigga, fuck you. So, like, literally the day after I asked them if they could transfer me, my manager's like, yeah, I'm going to talk to HR. HR fired me the next morning. So
That's so weird.
that was literally October 31st on Halloween. And my plan was to move to New York December 1st. So like I literally I was saving money already, but that whole extra month that I planned on working and saving, I no longer had. So I was just like, I was not staying home. Like I was just like, I have to move, you know? Like I was just like, there's nothing, like I'm not gonna benefit anything staying home. Like I already made the plans. Like, so I just started looking for a place, and I'm like, I literally just like used like everything I have saved to like come and look at apartments and like try to lock something in. And the apartment that I ended up taking was some like janky shit off of Craigslist that I didn't even come and see beforehand. But it was literally like last resort. It was like you take this or you have to find a job in Rochester and like stay in Rochester. So by the time I moved, I didn't even have a job in New York yet. Like I ended up getting the apartment, and I get there, and it is the craziest shit ever. This bitch doesn't have any stove in the apartment. Like I'm thinking she sells it as like it's a 1-bedroom. Like it's like it was basically like a 2-bedroom, but the other person had their own bedroom, and like the wall basically blocked us off. So I kind of just had like the kitchen and the other bedroom to myself. So she was basically staying in the living room, like, and she basically was her apartment. She was just like renting her room out to me, making it seem like it was gonna be my apartment. Because how she was talking to me, I'm thinking
That's
like she was the landlord of the building. She was like, "I'll be in the building and everything." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Girl, you
like,
in the house.
yeah, like so. Yo, so like it was just so like I'm like now I'm in there and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I was just stressed. So I was like, my whole thing was like, I'm gonna get a job and get the fuck out of here. Like I'll be here for like 2 months max. And literally February or March is when the pandemic hit. So it was like I got a job. My friend got me in at their job by the end of December. So I started working and everything. But like I literally had lost like almost 30 pounds between December and January. Like I was just like, I was so stressed. I was barely eating. I wasn't making that much money. And like at that point, like my friends were sending me money here and there. Like my mom was sending me money. And it was like, I really didn't even want to ask people, but I was just like, I don't want to go back home. And I was like, y'all help me right now. I got y'all. Like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. Like, give me a minute. And then the pandemic hit, and I felt even more stressed out because I'm like, I don't even know when I'm gonna be able to pay people back. Like, I'm not even working now. Like, I couldn't even file for unemployment because the lines wasn't working and shit. Like, that was when all the shit was just happening. So it was just like very, very stressful. And I didn't really just pull myself out because like my family helped me. I ended up getting to a point where I just went to my cousins and I'm like, I can't stay there anymore. Like, I can't live like this. Like. And they let me stay with them for a few months, and like I ended up just working ended up getting my own place. And yeah, so like I didn't pull myself out. Like I would say, without my family and my friends, like I wouldn't have made it through that. And I don't even know, like if I would have went back home, I would have been so miserable, like so miserable. So like it sucked, but like I made it. I made it through.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm glad that we're all here to tell the story. And if you guys can give any recommendations on how you came up, like anything helps. Everyone goes through different experiences together and as individuals. So yeah, let us know in the comments. And on to the next question. So, how do you help someone that is in a dark space? Like, what do you feel like is necessary to do on your end as a family member, as a friend, as a partner, if you got to experience that?
Well, for me, I just do what I can. Like, I love to cook, y'all know. So, like, that's just my thing. Like, whenever my friends are going through something, I'm just like, come through, girl. Like, come eat, come chill. And I also know, like, when people are going through things, they often don't eat.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's like, that's just my way of being like, you know, I could cook. You know, it's gonna be good. What you want? I got you.
Mhm.
Come hang out. Come eat. We'll chill. Talk about something else.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've had friends who have like been there when people have died, or like, you know, like just have been through really, really tragic things. So like,
Yeah.
I just think eating is like it's a comfort thing, you know.
Yeah.
So like,
Absolutely.
I think for me, I constantly just check up on my friends, like, especially if they tell me they're going through something, just because, um, I feel like that's the best way I could be there, because it's like I don't really have my shit figured out either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how can I be there for this person, in the best way that I know how? So it's just constantly checking in, like you said, if you want to come over, like, please, my space is your space. So, yeah, just constantly checking up on them and being surrounded by them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for me, I just try to listen as much as I can
Mhm.
and just be there, be present. Don't give too many opinions and just
Right.
listen.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, just ask them, what do you need from me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you just need me to listen? Do you need this? Do you need that? I think that's how I handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I just tell them, you know, about my experiences and what I've been through and what I've had to face. And I just, you know, try to keep hope alive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I
I feel
agree with
like
that.
for me, it's kind of a mix of what everyone has said already. Like, it's kind of just like showing up any way I can, but also giving them the space to like just talk and let it out
Mm-hmm.
if I have the capacity to do that. But like,
Yeah.
I will do the best I can, because obviously we all go through shit, and like no one's timing of like what they're going through shit is better than anyone else's. So I feel like showing up any way I can, and yeah, listening and like letting them just talk it out. Not even talk it out, because obviously talking will help, but it probably won't like be the solution of everything, you know?
Yeah.
But it does help when you feel comfort in like being able to like really express yourself with like whether it's like family, friends, partnership, it doesn't matter. Like everyone deserves that space to like express
Right.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And I think it's just something, just you're not alone.
Right.
Like,
mhm,
yeah.
absolutely.
I also like to ask questions, not even just to like, you don't even have to answer me. It's more
Mhm.
to like provoke thought for you,
Mm-hmm.
like just to get yourself out of that.
Yeah. So we're gonna brighten the mood a little bit. So what genuinely makes you happy? If we feel like we want to answer, how are we feeling though? I just want to take a moment to ask.
I feel
Heavy.
okay.
Bitch.
I'm glad we moving on. It feels better. I mean, not that, but as you know, that was
Yeah. It's a lot
that
to
was
touch
deep.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what makes
What
you
makes you
happy?
happy?
It's a tough conversation to have. But I'm generally a very optimistic, positive person, so a lot makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Like whenever I'm in a bad mood, I will put on my favorite animes,
period.
and that instantly and then I'll also like watch kid movies
Mhm.
because it automatically just makes me feel like I feel like feeding your inner child is such a
Absolutely.
big part of just like being a happy person. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
the child inside of us just has to be constantly. So that's what I do. I go back to like movies I watched as a kid. Like
Mhm.
Meet the Robinsons is like my
Oh,
favorite,
so good.
favorite movie as a kid, and Hercules. So like I'll go watch those movies and I'll put on my favorite anime, play my favorite video games. And yeah, that's what genuinely makes me happy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel that too. I'm constantly watching Little Mermaid.
You can't wait, bitch. Can you?
Especially, like, she's always been my favorite princess, but like just because Hallie is about to play her, I'm just
Mhm.
like so ready.
Yes.
So yeah, just feeding my inner child and what else? I guess watching funny videos like the shit you be watching.
It really don't be funny. I just be laughing at it. They be dead ass serious.
They be so serious.
This bitch, Sakani, loves Abby Lee Miller.
I was
Oh
Down.
my god.
That was my next thing. I love Abby Lee Miller. Like, that bitch is insane. She's the devil. Like, she's so crazy to those little girls, and I just can't help but to just laugh. Because it's like, why is she yelling at these
She's
little
insane.
girls?
Like, what the fuck?
And their moms aren't saying anything.
We
They're
would've been
just
fighting.
as crazy as her.
We literally
That's the
would've-
problem.
No, you were eating my face.
But yeah, that makes me happy. Being surrounded by my friends, going out,
Mhm.
and just being in nature too really makes me happy.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would say traveling makes me super happy. I never felt like I was an outdoorsy person until I went to Mexico, and I was just like, okay, I just don't like being outside like where I'm at. Like
Mhm.
I actually love being in the sun, whereas I guess a little more tropical, or like the environment, like just warm, and the environment's a little different. Like I was outside most of my trip there, and I've never been that type of person. Like
Mhm.
so, I would say traveling and again just doing things that make me happy and or the question is what makes me happy. Duh. So
Take your time. sister.
traveling, you know,
Sister
like I
Jaw.
love art, like drawing when I still like have the drive to do it. Going to the studio, like that's probably my favorite thing to do.
Mhm.
Making music and like just expressing myself creatively. I feel like that always makes me happy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, it's kind of again what everyone has touched on, and like I would just say like being physically active is what makes me like. I feel like I'm at an all-time high when my body's being like pushed in like physical activity, like hiking and like rock climbing and like hot yoga and shit. Like that's like my tea. And also I love video games like Black Ops, Call of Duty. Like that's my shit down. I know you a gamer, Macy, but you don't like Call of Duty.
I
So
don't play first-person shooters.
I know, and we've been trying to play the game together for like
I
a
don't
long
like
ass
that
time.
either.
Why don't y'all? What's wrong with Call of Duty?
That's why I didn't
That's
like
for boys.
Cyberpunk. Like
That's for boys.
Well,
All video
I
games are
love-
for boys.
whoa,
not The Sims.
yeah, you are
That's
a
for
sis.
prin-
You're a sis.
That's for princesses.
Hello.
But no, I love Call of Duty. Like that's one of my favorite games. So honestly, that shit makes me happy. Like anytime I'm playing and my rank is going up, it's like, bitch, you doing the work. Go ahead, keep
Bitch,
going.
you doing a good job.
Bitch, you doing a good job. But yeah, and also being around like good people and just fucking laughing. Like I'm really fucking goofy, so when I can just like laugh out
Yes,
loud
we
and
all are.
like I know
Just
and
be
like
ourselves.
be fucking corny and shit, it just like it makes everything better because it's like,
Yes.
damn, I don't have to be
Right.
all the time, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, next question. So, knowing what you know now, what do you wish you had known sooner in your life, and what do you wish you would have learned?
Ooh, so much. I could write a book.
Literally.
Literally.
No, you go ahead.
I think my biggest one would be financial literacy.
Mm, that's real.
Girl, tell me about it.
What the fuck?
And it starts with my mom. She's literally the worst at handling money.
Same.
And-
Well, she eyes.
She's not great at handling money, and I think that kind of went into me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see how my sister manages her money, and I'm like, dang, I wish that could be me. And it's kind of like I've just have put myself in this hole that
Mhm.
I like feel like I could get out of, but it just feels like I can't.
Yeah.
And that just goes back to like the way I purchase like luxury shoes if I'm feeling like I feel like I need a shoe.
Like
It won't-
impulse.
It makes you feel better. Like,
It makes
Little retail therapy.
Literally.
a little retail therapy
Ain't
never
nothing wrong
hurt
with that.
nobody, but it does
Okay.
hurt.
it's gonna hurt that bank
It hurts out
account.
them pockets.
on that Monday when you see those transactions, you said, "Fuck."
Yo, I
I'm
swear,
like,
sometimes I just don't even look at my bank
what's-
account. I'm like,
what's-
I'll just look in
yeah,
a couple
no, literally.
days.
Yo,
I'm
what's
like-
that meme?
Oh my god.
No, I'm screaming. But yeah, knowing what I know now, I just wish that they had financial literacy classes in school and just teaching you how to manage your money. But obviously, that would go against everything the government has built. So
Another conversation for another day with that one. I would say for me, I agree with the financial literacy thing because I feel like my mom kind of did the same thing. She had me very young, as we know, like 15. So I feel like it was very much like she just has to please us and make us happy to do whatever she can to a certain extent. Like, obviously, I don't have no fucking kids,
Yeah.
but like I feel like I still do that to like please myself and also to please like just my experiences. Like I want to, even if I don't have it, I'm gonna make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit
That's
just
my
don't
motto.
be, yeah, it don't be adding up sometimes. It'd be like, what the fuck.
Yeah.
So with
And it's
that,
like, is it worth it sometimes,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah, it's, most of the time it do to me, but
Sometimes it is, but like I've done it where it's like for an instant, like it's like for a clothing item or like to do something, and I'm like, that wasn't even all that fun.
But
Now I'm
you
like
think about it, you think about it after you already made the purchase. So it's like,
yeah,
what can I
you
even do
know,
about it now?
it's done it, yeah.
Yeah,
I never like am that pressed about it, but sometimes I'm like, bitch, you could have made a smarter decision.
true.
Like,
I would also say like success is not linear is like something I'm really like trying to navigate what success is to me because a lot of the times I'm like, I've done so much and I don't want it to make it seem like I'm navigating my success as me not getting things. Like I don't want to mark it as like, damn, I didn't get this, I didn't get this, I didn't get this. Like that doesn't equate to my success because I've done this,
Right.
I've done that, and I did this. Like, bitch, talk to me nice.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's something I've really been like trying to focus on, specifically this week, which is like where the up and down roller coaster emotion has like taken place. But yeah,
you come a long way.
thank you.
Killing it, girl. Well, while y'all been going through them, I thought of my main too because I have so many. So my main one is fuck niggas. Like I feel like I wish I just knew that from like I just wish, when I say that I just mean like I spend so much time investing time in boys, like luckily not to like a crazy extent. Like I never put a boy before my dreams or anything, but that's really how I was. Like when I
Y'all know
was
Candy
ever
don't play
fucking
by
with
her
a
man,
nigga,
child.
like I gave them so much of me and so much of my time, and I just feel like that's so much of time and energy I could have invested in other things, especially being a creative person. I always just feel like you could have made so much, you could have wrote so much music during that time. The one thing I will say, it's inspired me to do other things, but still, I wish I would have not have given so much time of my time to niggas. And the other thing I would say, I wish I would have been myself, like when I started being an artist from the beginning. Like my journey has taught me so much, and I'm grateful for that, but like, I felt like I would have been so hindered by being a gay rapper when I first started rapping. So I was just like making music that I felt like other people would like because I knew I could rap. Like, but you're connected with people that you don't really want to connect with. Like, I was just the scene I was with was not people I was like. It was just people that respected me and people that I knew kind of would. Like, I was just a scene I don't know. Like, it just wasn't me though. Like, and coming to New York and like coming into my own and just realizing that like I could have been doing this and I probably would have been a lot further had I been, but I still learned so much. I'm glad like my journey played out how it did. But I would just say, yeah, like being myself like brought me very far, and I wish I would have just been my genuine self from the beginning.
Absolutely.
For sure. What do I wish? I wish that I like before I went through so many experiences, I wish that I had the vocabulary and like the experience to call a thing, like name things. Like this is anxiety. What you're feeling right now, that's anxiety. Like you can relax, you can calm down. Name this is depression.
Right.
This is loneliness. So I wish I had like, because instead of just feeling that feeling where you just don't know what the fuck is going on with you, you're just like, what's going on? So like, I wish I just knew. I wish somebody like walked me through, like, these are like the ups and downs of what you'll go through in life. Yeah.
As far as awareness with mental health, when do you feel like mental health mattered to you, like as being important? Like what made you first notice your mental health, good or bad experience?
Well, I'll start. I would say when I was living here a few years ago when I was younger and I was living with my family, I was having like really bad sleeping issues, and I was like in and out of the doctor, and I ended up finding out that I had like bipolar 2, which is like not as severe as like bipolar 1, or it's like one of the, I feel like it's not as bad. And I don't have like a bad case of it, but I ended up finding out that I had it. And it kind of like, once the doctor was talking to me about it, like a lot of things about me just made a little bit more sense. And that's when I just like, I didn't really know. And this was kind of also still before like where we are now with people kind of publicly talking about mental health. So
Mhm.
at that point, this was like maybe 5 years ago. So like, um, I realized I had to prioritize that. And that was also when I was like, okay, I need to go back home and like get my shit together and um, like kind of put my health first. And I just try to be in the city because I want to be in the city. Like kind of realize why I want to be here and like,
Yeah.
figure my shit out. But I realized that like you have to, one, you got to know if you have these things kind of like, and I also come from a family who's just like, well, it doesn't matter what you have. Like you could do anything. Like don't even
Yeah.
feel like you can't do like, like, oh, like the doctor's gonna tell you that, the white people gonna tell you that to make you feel like you can't do something. So, my
Right.
family, like I have a aunt who has cerebral palsy. Like she was raised like the rest of us. Like my grandmother never let her feel like she wasn't just like everybody else,
Mhm.
So like it was, and also just being raised around her, I never felt like she wasn't like us either. Like so it's just like, yeah. That's when I would say I learned about it. Like once I found out I had a mental health issue and I realized that I needed to prioritize taking care of that.
Mm. I'll go. I feel like for me, when I started to notice like mental health more was maybe when high school happened. Like it was like 10th grade when I'm still trying to figure out exactly what the fuck is going on with myself, my body, and trying to understand like why things are happening the way they are. Like why am I feeling these emotions so heavily right now? Why am I feeling like nothing is going the way it's going? And why the fuck am I crying at 1 p.m. in the afternoon? Like I don't know a lot of this shit. Like sleep was fucked up as well. Like I don't even know what the fuck was going on with that. Like, and I sleep good. When I sleep good, I sleep good. But when
We
I'm
know.
Bitch be knocked
Him
out.
and Macy.
like, one thing about it, I ain't waking up, bitch.
They're not morning people at all.
Whoa, I am a morning
Oh.
person.
I can get up.
I am a morning person.
What?
What?
Y'all be knocked out. Me and Sakani be up early. Like
Sakani gets on the phone and starts wanting to have a conversation at 8 a.m.
No. Me and Sakani wake up in the morning. Y'all be in the bed.
Sakani wakes up to have a conversation at 8 a.m.
We was up. They were asleep. Y'all were still in the bed.
Oh, you mean like on trips? Or like
Anywhere.
That's the only time I was really around y'all, to wake up around y'all.
Well, trips is different because
or even when I'm even when I call y'all, if y'all are sleeping, like there's no getting through. And that's the point that I was trying to make.
My phone don't be on loud.
Oh, that's
My
not the
phone
point.
is
I was
always on
making the
silent.
point that they just be sleep. More like
Oh.
I'll be knocked the
I
fuck
don't
out.
perceive y'all as morning people.
I am a
I'm
morning
trying to become one.
person. I am.
Tay, just because you're up doesn't mean you're a morning person.
Right.
I don't like talking in the morning, but I'll be up.
So you're not a
See, no,
morning
'cause you gotta-
person.
You could start. I mean, we could start our day at 7:30.
I didn't think y'all
Niggas
heard me.
hate that about me, y'all. I'll be waking up at 6 o'clock ready to
Morning
talk.
Oh.
What'd you dream about?
I don't want to talk.
That is so cute.
Can I make my smoothie first?
I'm
at
a
least?
morning person for
No.
sure. I'll be coming into work like, good morning.
I'll be my coworker like that. I'll be looking at her like, bitch, good morning. Like,
I am
shut
not.
So you're not a
up.
morning person
That's
either
me.
then?
No, I'm not a morning person around bitches I don't want to be around.
You just not a people person.
Right.
So
Okay.
It's different, but that's,
Macy?
Wait, I think mental health became important in high school because like I was on Tumblr. And you see so many like images and shit. It was so crazy. And like so we just had to I had to like kind of learn what different things were and like depression and all self-harm and anxiety. I had to like, okay, so I don't know nothing about this shit, so I need to learn about this shit. So that's when mental health started being a thing for me. High school, definitely.
That's so crazy. Like Tumblr was such a point in life where a lot of the shit we went through, like Tumblr would like post and we would just reblog it, even though it's like we don't know exactly what it is, but it's like, damn, I kind of feel this way.
Yeah.
The quote, the picture, like
Yeah.
it's so interesting that you brought
Tumblr
that up.
introduced me to a lot. Like
Yes,
I should not
definitely.
have been on Tumblr at that age. And I don't think I'll let my kids be on Tumblr at that.
What did you learn on Tumblr?
Well, you just
Well,
see
we'll
it.
talk about it after.
So now we have one question from the audience, and thank you guys for sending them in.
Y'all
we really
been sending
appreciate
them
it.
questions, and although some of them we've answered in other episodes, so
Yeah,
maybe if
so-
you watched 1 through 6, you'll get your answer. So we're skipping over y'all. We
Yeah.
don't really
Right.
appreciate those questions. Tune in.
You need
Right.
to catch up.
Catch up, mustard.
And make
So-
sure y'all subscribed.
Yeah, make
Yo,
sure you're
when
doing that too.
I told y'all. Oh yeah, I told y'all. I told every nigga in my phone to subscribe.
I woke up. I said, "Damn, why is there so many
yeah.
Macy said, "Well, if you tell every nigga that you know, maybe we'll go up to 500."
Hashtag good
Hello?
pussy.
Exactly.
All
So
the time.
the question goes, this is anonymous, by the way. So I met my female cousin's husband, and he was baiting me to have sex with him. I told her about him trying to grab my dick and suck it, but she thinks because he's attractive, I just want her man. What do I do?
Okay, I'm at a little bit of a I don't want to say I'm at a crossroads because I feel like it's kind of like fuck your cousin because you tried to tell her don't fuck her nigga because that's fucked up.
Yeah, don't
but
do
you already
that.
tried to tell her, so she gonna find out at some point. But like, are you like one of those gays that be trying to fuck everybody? 'Cause
Right.
Then I can't be fully mad at her for
Messy.
perceiving you that way. I know a few people like that. I might be like, bitch, you want to fuck her nigga? Like that's
Right.
why you saying that.
Mm,
So
like putting that shit on
if
him.
you are,
He's trying to make an OnlyFans video.
Because you was probably giving him the eye.
You
and
might
that's
have
why he
been.
was trying to suck it.
So I'm not saying you are. I have no idea who you are, but like,
Uncle walks
if
in
you
on...
are that person,
Repeat the question. That was a lot.
So I'm gonna just tell the story again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I met my husband.
oh, that's not.
I skipped the whole line, bitch. So I met my female cousin's husband, and he was baiting me to have sex with him. I told her about him trying to grab my dick and suck it, but she thinks because he's attractive, I just want her man. What do I do?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. First of all, girl, okay, fuck you. I told you the truth. I'm not about to keep telling you, and I'm just not coming around no more.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
like,
all you
fuck
can
like-
do.
I'm not fucking your man, but also fuck you. I told you what T was.
Right, and
'cause
you
it can
think that
give-
I'm the type of person who would lie about a nigga because
But are you?
Yeah, no, it
Okay, let's say they're not.
because it can give like predatory vibes
That's
too,
true.
and that's like,
Yeah,
bitch, no.
let's
Yeah.
go with
Yeah,
they're
we're gonna
not,
go with that. You a good person.
Yeah.
we're gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
because that's how you made it seem in your submission.
That's kind of how you saying it. Yeah, but people like to. I don't know.
Temptation may be there, but don't act on that.
Don't fuck him.
Don't act on that.
Don't fuck him. But also, like, if you're coming from this perspective that you don't want to fuck him and you just want your cousin to know, fuck her right now. She is a lame ass bitch for putting this nigga before you. Like, you're her cousin. So she gonna listen to this nigga
Yeah.
shit. How long she knew him for? How long she knew you for?
Honestly, it also depends how close you are as cousins.
They
Yeah.
gotta be close if he feeling that kind of way. I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't know though, y'all. I got some cousins. I see them once a fucking year.
That's what I'm saying.
And they wanna. Oh,
But
And they
also, if
niggas
it's
wanna
like my
fuck me.
cousin that's like my sister, I'm like,
I only tell you once. I'm gonna tell you
yeah, I'm
straight
gonna
up,
tell you once. If
and
you,
I'm gonna leave that
you do
up to
whatever
you.
Yeah,
you
that's
want
it.
with
Like,
the
I'm not.
information.
Sometimes I don't even tell them. I just be like, her nigga
Too
gay.
much,
Like,
too
she gonna
much.
find out.
I don't
at
like
some
being in the
point.
middle of those.
And I also
Oh,
don't like to
it's
be
too
the one
much,
to
messy.
like air somebody laundry. I know shade. Like
Yeah.
like granted, I would want them to know,
Mhm.
but that's outing somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I don't.
but it's also like that's family, and you married to my cousin.
Oh, married, yeah, that's different. That's different. Maybe I don't know. Y'all gotta see if they got an
No.
open marriage or something. I don't know.
right.
But
No,
then you still
wait.
shouldn't be fucking a cousin.
I'm like, I said yeah, but no, actually,
No,
bitch, we not
no.
doing that. That's not it.
You know what? Fuck your cousin. She gonna find out that her nigga be fucking niggas. Maybe he bisexual.
One way
maybe
or
he gay.
another.
She need to go through that
But
phone.
she should have listened to you.
If
She
she
gonna
see-
find out.
If she see a cloud beside, she need to type in Jacked or Grinder. If she see a
Grindr.
cloud, it don't gotta be downloaded on the phone.
Because
but
you
if
don't
she
even
see a
gotta
cloud,
have it on your home screen no more.
your iTunes store, it will show
It
you.
will
Now,
show
ladies,
you.
listen to what I'm about to tell you. Go to the Apple store, type in Jacked or Grinder. If it's a cloud, that nigga gay.
You don't even gotta go to the Apple Store. You can just scroll up and type it in, and it'll show you if it's been downloaded before.
Because it'll pop up as like one of the.
So
cloud
if you run into the
things.
bathroom and you got 10 seconds, you just
Put that.
bitch, you better move fast.
Unlock that
Don't
phone?
go through anybody's phone, actually.
I really actually
I don't go
condone
through
that.
people's
But
phones.
Yeah, don't go through nobody's phone.
Don't do it unless if that
Don't do it unless
in
he's
this
trying to
one
fuck your cousin.
scenario.
Don't do it unless
Yeah.
your husband's trying to fuck your cousin.
And you
and
just
all
like,
these bitches, all
and
these
your
bitches were
cousin-
trying to say they were healthy communicators, and all of them been through.
Bitch, I
phones.
ain't say
no,
that.
I never been through nobody's
Oh.
phone.
I've been through a couple of phones.
I don't go through phones, but
I
I'm
went
just
through
saying.
a phone. I almost had to fight
If
somebody.
you had a gay cousin that you felt like you couldn't really trust, but he told you some shit like this, at least try to confirm if your nigga gay. I would go through his phone in that scenario.
It's like, but are y'all gonna work through it at this point? It's a lot of questions, but we
ain't
don't.
nothing to work through. You tried to fuck my cousin.
Yeah, I don't think you can come back from that.
Well, bitch, I don't know. We don't know too much about them, so we don't know what they got
Submit
going
another
on.
question because
Right.
we got.
We need more information.
Wait, but let us know how you feel, what you do, and then come back to us. We want to know.
Yeah, let us know. Are you gonna say fuck her? Are you still gonna fuck with your cousin and chill with her and her nigga while he trying to fuck you? Hmm?
Yes. And obviously, audience, if y'all have some if y'all have some like answers on what they could do, like give it.
Leave a
insight.
comment, please. I want to know what y'all gonna
Because
say.
at this
Right.
point, I'm just saying fuck your cousin, and because you already told her. So.
It's
Yeah,
fuck
like-
that nigga too, though, for real.
Well, it
It's
never
fuck that nigga
gave.
too,
I'm
'cause he's
fucking with
a-
him.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But it's
not.
what you like. It's more so fuck the cousin because I did. Fuck, I don't know that nigga. That ain't my family.
Yeah.
Like you, I have a
Mhm.
connection to you, and you ain't want to.
Yeah, you trying to make me feel crazy? Say I'm lying,
bitch.
girl.
Like she
Cunt.
said.
Cunty.
I ain't even gonna say that, but Queen.
Yeah.
Queen.
Yeah. So this was a really good episode. I'm glad we got to do this.
Me
We hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so
absolutely.
much for
Yes.
watching.
Yes, and
Take
obviously,
your mental health
very seriously.
very
Yes.
seriously.
We
And-
don't play with it.
Invest
Absolutely
in it.
not. And suicide hotline is always available, as we said, and just
Yes.
keep making note of that. Like if you're feeling something, you're feeling some kind of way. Hopefully, we have inspired you guys to keep going and know that the journey is never done.
We'll leave some
not-
suicide hotlines in the bio.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, we will do that. Busy boy,
Busy boy, want you.
busy boy, busy boy. want you. Oh, this is turning into
Wrong
something
episode.
else.
Wrong episode.
Turn it on. Turn it on.
Push it out.
Ew.